believe we peaked in the 90s. Come on, come on, come on, prove me wrong. Tuck your friendship bracelet back in your shell suit sleeve. Come on back in time with me.
Vidligan, and hello, it's Fo, and welcome back to Project Zomboid. We've made it to day 50, halfway through the journey. Base is looking great. It's got enough water to last forever, surely. He's still got a book to read. Get that finished off before we think about adventuring off further afield. We're doing pretty well at keeping up with our reading. We're getting a boost to most things. We have completed our carpentry, so we are entitled to a mod. I'm concerned about the lack of propane, so we're going to go with Pumps Have Propane. I never used a mod before, so I sort of struggled to get it working. I turned on the mod and then started the game. Like, I enabled the mod. That wasn't what I was supposed to do. There's a further setting you need to turn on. You need to go in and load the game manually. There's a little mods section there. So yeah, we come down to the gas station, turn on the generator that we've got set up. We're hoping for the best. Making sure everything's in the main inventory. Looking for this option to come up to refill the propane tank. Even putting it into the primary and secondary. Yeah, trying a whole bunch of stuff, but just because I'd never used mods before. All these prior deaths, look at that. It's a wall of shame. So yeah, you need to go into load game, and then you need to choose mods to turn on the mods for that load, basically. And then it works. So yeah, now we can refill our last tank, all of our torches at the gas station. That's going to ensure that we make it to the end of the metalworking. Once we max out that skill, we can loop back around for the mod that we want, which is the one that lets him sit down in the chairs and lay down on the bed. That's the only thing that the game really needs for build 41. Build 42, they've done loads of stuff. You can sit down on the chairs in build 42. That was the only thing I felt was essential. So yeah, we're still raiding these shops along the main street just so we can say that we've fully cleared them out. Got more mannequins here. If we need more friends for the base. Can always swing back and get them. Yeah, it's good to give your character friends. Save them from going mad. Give them someone to speak to. Yeah, you will get a fright whenever you turn the corner and the mannequin's there in the base. You've got to be on high alert not to get eaten by a zombie. That leads you to being a little jumpy. Industrial kitchens, that's really what we want. Great sources of metal sheets and metalworking XP. Doing all the disassembly with the industrial ovens and things. Steel counters and the sinks as well. It's all precious XP. I've just got the last 2 levels of the metalworking skill to go. So it's definitely within our grasp. And it aligns with our desire to get these places ticked off the map. Encourages us to be more thorough and do all the disassembly. Yeah, we can find some non-perishable stuff, mainly condiments and things, in these industrial kitchens. A wealth of XP. Good for materials. A little bit of electrical XP with the extractor fans. And any other little bits and bobs. Mainly metalworking stuff. Always taking the garbage bags. Can never have too many rain collectors. It's definitely better to be overly prepared. Getting these places ticked off to say that we've fully done them, rather than just having a cursory glance and taking the money out the till. I do want a couple of shell suit outfits. Absolutely the worst thing for a zombie apocalypse. They were like flammable, you know? They burnt like a bin bag. Like that melting, dripping plastic. That's what happened if you got a naked flame anywhere near them. Very unsafe. Health and safety wasn't as big a thing back in the day. And they were thin. Zombie definitely bite their way right the way through a shell suit. But it is good for the theme tune, you know, if we can get it into the intro where he's got his friendship bracelet and he's got his shell suit on, you know, like, fantastic. Yeah, we'll keep taking water dispensers as well, even though we've got our collectors all set up. As I say, you can't have too much of a good thing. Pharmacy will take all the medication. Hopefully we won't need it, but you know. If we want to train first aid and do a John McClane, stand on some glass and pull it back out and bandage ourselves up and repeat the process to try and get first aid XP. Try and level that up on a rainy day. And we'll certainly have all the supplies for it. Yeah, don't need a toothbrush. Dental hygiene, not so important. This is the apocalypse. If we get a rotten tooth, we'll just pull it out. He's certainly not panicking as much when he encounters zombies. He's becoming battle hardened. It just seems to be when he eats the grim food that he gets a bit sad. Gets a bit down eating the stale food. Bust our way through the back of the pharmacy. Don't think they're going to have anything different through here. It's not going to be an armory or anything. But we do have some more medical supplies. Sure, we'll take it. Especially after going through the effort of busting down the door. Get our disassembly on. As I say, we'll make a big push for the metalworking. Try and get up to the next level. Finish off our metal walls back at the base. Yeah, it'll certainly be better once we've got a complete layer. Protecting our precious garden stuff. Can keep expanding the base. It's not quite square, so could add another extension for like a garage or something to sort of square it off. Of course, once we get the roof completely sorted, we're able to entirely walk over everything. Maybe add another layer up the way. Just got to be careful and not get too greedy. And create a situation where we can fall off the edge of the roof and perish. Keep focusing on metalwork. Try and get the skill done. Get our metal walls finished. Top up our generator. It's definitely handy being fairly close to the gas station. So we can get gas quite easily when we're running low for our generator. Now propane for our metalwork. We do still have more areas to explore, but I'm not convinced there'd be enough propane tanks in sheds and barbecues. We could get that last 2 levels. So yeah, I do think it's worth making a little detour to get the Pumps Have Propane mod first. Still warm for a leather jacket. It's easier to wear it than carry it. Return to the house where we got mobbed by all that lot trying to come out of the same room. Yeah, it's not like they were protecting super precious loot. Anything amazing. I just decided to stay in this one room. CD better be good, better be worth it. Yeah, came pretty close to getting swarmed. Yeah, good door tactics. And knowing that we could back up and turn at the top of the stairs. Yeah, we got our way out of it. Still a little nervous, checking constantly. There's no other stragglers trying to sneak up on us. I'm glad we managed to get that sorted. Dump up all this stuff into our truck. Carry on back down the road. Plenty more zombies in the fields and everything. This more rural area. Up to the east. Riverside. Sort of follow the main road. Take out all the zombies. Clear all the properties. Down to the line where the main road for the country club is. So the edge of the area we want to cover to the east. As I say, there's plenty of loose zombies either side of the road, in the fields and the woods. So when it rains, they'll all redistribute. Managed to get a level of spear. Yeah, your spears won't last long or be very effective in the beginning. As you level up your skills, your spears will be more effective and they'll last longer. Of course, the more you use them, the higher your spear level will become. That in turn will do more damage as well. They will break, but yeah, they certainly last longer. The longer you last, and the more skills you've got. It's good that they have reach, and you can get one-shot kills with them. I think you swing faster as well as you level up. Good for medium-sized groups. Large groups, you really don't want it breaking on you unexpectedly. So I'll always go with something better. Individual zombies, no, you probably don't need it. Still want to find that missing part of the Louisville map. Killed enough zombies with an axe now to level up our axe skill. Doesn't help us with chopping down trees. Yeah, I think it'll do slightly more damage and swing slightly faster when we're using an axe on the zombies. We've got some car wrecks and another trailer. We're starting to run low of matches. We want to use up all the matches before the lighters. Yeah, that's a finite resource. Hopefully we'll find more things on zombies. Still got plenty of lighters, but I worry that the lighters use up more gas than they need to. Certainly when you're using them for Molotovs, if you leave them equipped in your hand, all the gas dissipates out of them. Yeah, try to use up the matches before the lighters if we can. Do some more foraging. Our radius is smaller with the fading light, but ducking down lower to the ground I think helps. Look at our next level up. Hopefully that means we can get another book to read. Yeah, our fishing is quite close to level 2. Have to persevere with fishing at some point. Give us another book to read. Eating berries is risky until you've read the Herbalist magazine. You know which ones are poisonous. Metalworking's almost there to up into the last level. Yeah, we'll get there soon enough. Get to sleep just bang on 10. He still wakes up rather early. Yeah, I would have thought with fighting some zombies, he would have been tired enough to get a better sleep than that. But never mind. Can cook off some of our food. Ready for putting into salads with stale stuff. Yeah, I don't think it matters if you cook it when it's stale or you cook it when it's fresh, but yeah, if you've got nothing better to do, you can get some cooking XP. And if you cook off the meat and then you put it in a stew or a soup afterwards, you get more XP. You sort of double cook the things. Yeah, no, he's just willingly eating the fresh food. Nom nom, tasty rabbit. Yeah, we have to be more efficient with the food than that. It's a treat getting fresh food. So it just takes one more car wreck to get him over the line into the last level of metalworking. Hopefully we can get that last level done in the next couple of days. Then you can get the luxury of sitting down in chairs and laying down in a bed, He's earned it. He deserves it. Yeah, dismantling the car wrecks is good for XP. And good for materials. And good for obviously clearing the road so you don't crash into them. Yeah, you can tell when you can't get into a car that it's ready for disassembly. Some you can get into the boot, but you can't get into the doors because they're too badly damaged. Kind of foggy, which I don't like. When you can get the one-hit kills like that, it's great. It's just a shame they're prone to breaking, you know. They don't have the greatest condition. They don't last that long, you need plenty of them. It takes a bit of time, especially if you've got them in your bag, to try and take them out and equip them when one breaks and you need to equip another one. And then you've got 15 zombies all trailing after you. It's a little bit stressful. Yeah, satisfying, and you can keep your distance to some degree. Got a motorcycle helmet, yes. Be having that. Motorcycle helmet's great. Protects your head like the other helmets, but it also protects your neck. Better than the scarf, you know. The neck's really the most vulnerable point. They attack like a vampire, you know, they want to creep up behind you and bite you on the neck. So yeah, motorbike stuff is the way to go. If you can find like leather trousers and a leather jacket and a motorbike helmet, and leather gloves, and the military boots, you should be pretty much bite proof. Obviously if they start biting on you, it'll take away condition from these items. And they can't bite their way through, but it'll take them a little while, you know, to eat their way through a leather jacket. And some of the outfits you can't repair or patch up for your tailoring. Like the fireman outfit and stuff. And bulletproof vests, you can't patch them up or anything. So I'm sure there would be a limit. Wouldn't be completely invulnerable. But certainly give you a much better chance of surviving an encounter if they're trying to chomp on you. Yeah, it's getting foggier and foggier as it tends to do. Yeah, liking this less and less. They're wandering in from the fields to the road. Closing a net behind him, oh. Yeah, it gets a bit spooky, so abandon that, come back to town. Plenty of zombies upstairs in here we hadn't checked out before. So even places that we think we've cleared out and there's no zombie activity, they can still be hiding in different layers of the building, different areas. At least these little office buildings usually have cigarettes and matches and things. top up our supply of matches quite nicely. Sledgehammer, always useful. Don't need more than one, but hey, we'll take it. Useful. Yeah, we want to get the named plushes. Got Spiffo, the leader of the gang. So yeah, there is still some value going through these places again. Getting loot and decor. But yeah, exploring the countryside was a little too much. When the fog starts rolling in, you're in an uncharted territory. Yeah, tactical retreat is sometimes the way. Stick closer to home until the fog dissipates. Pop down our fuzzy little friends. Moley and Shaq and leader of the gang. Get him rotated a little bit. Whoop. Fantastic. Yeah, pretty successful. Even though we kind of had to retreat. Got some cool stuff. That was a good adventure. Gonna do a little bit of tailoring. Get some XP. He's super bored, so we'll hang outside for a while. Get rid of that boredom. Yeah, the fog usually lasts until lunchtime anyway. So he works on putting on patches and taking them back off again. Getting that tailoring XP until he hits the next level. Make sure to add the patches back on. Not leave him without them. Should be slightly more effective with his latest level. Not ready for another book yet. Still needs another level for that. Yeah, progress is progress. Get that sort of community centre building crossed off. And shops along here. As I say, there can be zombies still hiding in these places that we've had a little look through, but not fully gutted out. Part of the reason why it's good to fully explore them. Get back on refilling our torches so we can do more metalworking. Obviously, if we had more propane tanks, then we could just take the tanks round and then refill the torches from the tanks periodically. That's what you would do if you were playing with the mod from the start. Yeah, it's more satisfying to get a mod as a reward for completing a skill. As I say, I'm not sure we would have found the propane in the area that we've got to explore. If we did, it would be a long swing back to do the disassembly to get all this metalworker stuff. Finish off our metal walls around our garden. I'm sure it won't take us that long to get this last level. back on track. Apparently, petrol stations, gas stations, they do give you propane in real life, so it's not a stretch in realism, apparently. I don't drive, I know nothing about that. Yeah, do some disassembly in the salon. Can take a few things with us. Should we want to dye our hair green? Sure, why not? Might want to change our style at some point. I think we've got enough bath towels. Could probably use one to dry ourselves off just now, but yeah, wearing motorbike helmets and welding masks when it's 24. Yeah, you will get a little bit sweaty. Yeah, it's a trade-off of being protected versus feeling comfortable. Pretty clunky if you're trying to walk around with a big, massive backpack and all this gear with you. Probably wouldn't be that nimble trying to find the zombies. Yeah, I got nimble confused with sneaking last time. Leveled up nimble for walking while aiming, rather than being crouched and sneaking around. I still do sometimes confuse the skills. Still don't know why there's light-footed and sneaking when they're the same thing. Yeah, another office. Hopefully some more cigarettes and some more matches or a lighter. Certainly another couple of filing cabinets to disassemble for the precious metal sheets. Little canteen areas. Jars of coffee, that's the best thing you can find in here usually. Again, an opportunity for disassembling things. That's the focus. These big metal shelves, I do love them for storage at the base, but needs must. And another industrial kitchen. That'll get us a lot of the way there. Loads of XP to be found here. And another place that we can tick off saying that we've fully explored it. To fully explore every place in the greater Riverside area. Check every cupboard and cabinet for loot. Get our skills up as high as possible. Make the most awesome base possible. Kill out as many of the zombies as we can find. We're there. Our target of surviving 100 days. Don't know how many more of these skills we'll be able to complete. But we'll do our best. It's good that we've cleared out enough zombies that we can just sit on the main street and read a magazine. at that. Fully completed. Now we just need all the windows to pop in as well. That's gonna be the next thing. Yeah, another section done. Place is looking good. Help him feel secure. Yeah, it's unusual. He's got fresh food. He's got nothing he needs to salad up. Probably all turn at once. He's about 3/4 of the way there with his metalworking level. He is getting tired from all this adventuring. He was up early. Does still have another level of foraging to get for the next foraging book. Yeah, safe enough thing to do when you're wandering around close to home. Especially in the early evening when there's a risk of you getting tired. Don't want to go too far. Yeah, coming back around and checking things that you think we would have checked before. Like the boots of these cars next to the hit vids. Annotated map for West Point, yes. We won't be going there. Yeah, we've managed to restock on matches pretty well. Yeah, still want to get that last section of Louisville. That might be it. Yeah, we've got a key for this taxi. Another vehicle we can take. Do a little bit more ripping of clothes. Get some more thread and some more tailoring XP. All these zombies that we bumped off recently. He's getting tired, so we get him to pop him some vitamins, consolidate his thread down. Yeah, any perfect condition clothes like jeans and boots, we'll take them. Work our way back around to that trailer. Get that attached to our taxi. Yeah, having vitamins on you so you can perk up right before taking on a bunch of zombies. That's what they're for. Yeah, if you're fighting when you're tired, it's an extra 1 or 2 swings per zombie. Of course, it makes you more tired with time. So we get the trailer attached. And go a little further around the bend. Find a barn. With some large metal shelves. And a wood axe, which is actually pretty useful. Much better at chopping down the trees than our sort of homemade ones. Our crafted axes. Yeah, we're getting further afield. Yeah, there are some more sporadic properties that may have propane in the sheds and barbecues in the front, but even that probably wasn't enough. These opportunities, these glorious industrial kitchens. Yeah, when you've suddenly got unlimited propane. It's Hank Hill's dream. Yeah, lots of trips back and forth. Pretty bulky, all the big metal sheets and stuff. And the weight of the full propane torches as well. And we've still got rubbish on us from foraging and looting zombies. Aye, weight management is a thing. Not just your character's weight, but the weight of the loot that you're trying to carry. The longer that you're spending overburdened, the more you're getting tired out. Yeah, lots of trips back and forth to a vehicle with decent capacity. I like the van with just the 2 seats. I think that's the best vehicle that you're just going to stumble across quite regularly. For moving loot around. Depends what you're after. If you're a fantastic driver and you're never going to crash into the trees on the side of the road or anything, sure, take a sports car and you'll be able to cover a much greater distance. You can get places faster and get back before your generator runs out of juice. But no, it's more practical to have a van with a decent capacity. So get him to do a little more tailoring until bedtime. Give him his smoke. We're so close to metalworking. We'll come back next time and pick up where we left off. Hopefully get him that last level of metalworking. Top up our generator before he goes to sleep. Give it a little fix. Make sure it's in tip-top condition. Hopefully if we stay up past 10 you'll wake up at a better time tomorrow. Yeah, we'll come back and pick up where we left off from next time. Until then, do take it easy. I'll see you all in the next one.